When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to travel the world and help people. I wanted to see everything and learn everything. But then one day, my father looked at me and said, "The only difference between a pilot and a bus driver is that one is up there and another is down here." That statement, even today, unlocks a whole new meaning. But it's the statement that followed that unlocked a little African girl's potential. My father, the engineer, then looked at me and said, "But there is nothing wrong with owning a plane or making one." That's the day the inventor in me was born. But what I didn't realize was that my father had given me permission to dream, to believe I could do anything, and to take full ownership of the role I had to play in the world. When I look at the African continent, I see so many people, young people that need their dreams reinforced, brilliant minds that have become dormant playgrounds for social media and society to sell the unrealistic microwave dream. Start today, make it tomorrow. I see the possibility of turning to technology to solve the many problems our beloved continent faces. I envision a future where more young Africans are tinkering with drones and robots to create solutions for farmers and healthcare, developing soft tech and hard tech. I see a future where more young Africans are developing smart plans for the smart city we need, and not the one the world wants. I see little Einsteins everywhere, every day, but they don't know it. And what I would say to them is, "Dear African child, who sold you the dream of complacency, the dream deferred, the dream stolen where you watch the world as it moves into a future whose foundation is on the back of your missed opportunities?" Dear African child, there is nothing wrong with owning a plane or making one. The African child has great potential to become an inventor, to create jobs, to open up economies, to disrupt industrialization and hack the culture of invention. The gift of invention has been passed down for years and years through our culture. It's rich in our DNA. It's in our history. It's in our blood. We could be in a future where Africa is leading this technological global revolution by leveraging the full prospects of the fourth industrial revolution. A future where Africa is a global epicenter for innovation and creativity. We could be in that future. As of today, the African continent holds the world's largest mineral reserves and boasts as home to the world's youngest population. This purely means we have a work-ready population. But the problem is we have a lack of skills, a huge problem with employment. And so when we do get an opportunity or the education we need, we leave. We leave to become the inventors and scientists for countries that are outside our economy. This is where we are. But we could be the continent that makes it possible for inventors to not leave, but to stay. Prolific inventors like Dr. Lanston Mango, who invented the patented turbine component for the Boeing Airbus, revolutionizing the aviation industry. Imagine if Dr. Lanston Mango had not left Malawi, where would we be? What would our industries look like? And imagine if Dr. Philip Emigwali, a US-based Nigerian computer scientist who contributed to the supercomputer, had done so while in Nigeria. Where would we be? But for us to get to the future we own, the future we want, where Africa has a fair chance to compete with global counterparts, we must first appreciate the life of an inventor and the journey of invention. By no standards is it a life of ease and fame, but a constant uphill battle of pushing against the boundaries of innovation and consistently applying yourself to the mission. I would like to imagine that Dr. Lanston's life and Dr. Philip's lives were similar, disciplined. The life of an inventor requires servitude leadership, that you are conceited and always hungry to learn. At times, it's a lonely road that you may have to journey alone as a means to paving the path for your peers and not just for yourself. An inventor is a visionary, and they see the world differently, and first, before most people do. And so, dear African child, if you are a visionary, if you are a dreamer, then I need you to listen carefully as I prescribe how we are going to start a Pan-African revolution, how we are going to unlock Africa's full potential. Firstly, we must start to dream as a means of waking up. The power of dreams is that they give us hope in the future, to define that future and to live from there. It's looking at the daily problems we face and dreaming of solutions. Secondly, we must acquire the relevant skills. Now, while I value education institutions and the role they play in society, I also understand that we all have an individual responsibility to learn and acquire the dreams and skills our dreams command. Third, we must keep up with global technological advancements, keeping up with the news, checking on social media. We must keep up. Fourth, we must focus on resource-centric innovation. What this simply means, or the idea around this is, if we have an abundance in a specific resource, then we must focus on inventing locally around that resource, not just trading our resources. Processing them is the key word here. Fifth, and finally, we must cultivate a culture of collaborative innovation. The question I asked myself when I came up with this fifth key point was, how can we come up with better ways to bring and pool resources together collectively to solve shared problems? Cultivating a culture of community-based innovation means opening up opportunities to explore impact-based problem solving. As a result, this innovation revolution of ours at scale can create jobs, open up industries, and improve lives. But most importantly, it'll create and leave legacies that will impact generations and generations and generations to come. Nelson Mandela said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." And so, dear Africa, if we are to unlock Africa's full potential, then we need to start investing in our youth to become inventors. And we need to start now. And all it takes is if each and every one of us believes it's possible.